we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Bruins offense will get the first swing of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. You think about the long list of great UCLA running backs. You know, people forget Jackie Robinson was a UCLA running back.
And Jackie also started safety for UCLA. He started both ways. Just think about how good of an athlete you have to be to do that. But the tradition, the uniforms, the Rose Bowl, everything about UCLA just smells good. Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And the Bruins have this offense rolling. Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, second and 7. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Well, I know everyone expected this guy to put up big numbers, but I don't know if anyone thought he could go for over 2,000 receiving yards on the year, but he did with that last catch. Wow.
He finds his man.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. They're setting the tone on this opening drive. 10th play coming here on third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tackled after picking up the first down.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will take the field for the first time. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They'll go to the ground. And you want to talk about gang tackling, everybody on the defense run to the ball. In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this third and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Still running at the 40. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking.
He lets one fly deep. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. This time, he's got his man. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to go up top on first down. Release to the back. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. He got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Running back searching for a hole. Still on his feet at the 45. The expressway is wide open. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On third down, going up top. Got his man in the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll pull it on the read. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Buckeyes are flying down the field. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Powers through the defender. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. Nifty little dance step. They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down. He has the look of the Buckeye running back that generated somewhere underneath the shoe in a factory first forged by Woody Hayes or something. They all come out and they're all productive.
Yeah, it's really nice to recruit the level Ohio State recruits and to go handpick these guys from across the country that are nice, sculpted, big.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
The offense set for a first down play. He's going to pass. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
What a great rush by the defense. Understanding, winning up front, getting to the quarterback, and rattling him. Try not to get a penalty, right? God forbid you touch these guys too hard and you get called for a penalty. Nice job getting a good clean hit, pressure on the quarterback.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Nice run. Great job by the running back, making a cut, getting north-south, getting some positive yards. Now setting up a 4th and short decision for you. What do you got on deck? What are you going to call?
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in Red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
He's loose. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Running to the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
They'll try the jet sweep to pick up the first down. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Never a doubt with this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Working the middle, it's complete. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big The Buckeyes in the hurry-up. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
Yeah, and it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
The play action fake. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Not on this play.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. The Buckeyes are on the move.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you could tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 7 over Stanford. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Gets it out quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, running back gets the give. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Across the 25, he's got room. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the jet motion. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a...
Touchdown, UCLA! A great catch and run for 6. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. You can't...
And the quarterback brought up 2 and sacked at the 12.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The give to the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. Back to throw, it's Dennis. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. And the Bruins will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
The Buckeyes want to move quickly. They're getting this guy lathered up. At the 45 on his way. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
On second down, he'll let it fly. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Getting some heat. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
And the ball comes to rest right there.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. They'll give it to him again. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
If you're the defense, you know that running back is the guy you've now got to stop. He's had a lot of touches in this game. Yes, he's made a lot of plays, but you've got a chance to win here. If you're going to do that, you need to take him away.
Looking to throw, it's Dennis. He makes the connection. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air on first down. Steps away. Got his man on the outside. Stumbled to the ground.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and hurt you throwing the football.
They'll try the outside of the left. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beating me. He's priority number 1. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the second half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball.
Tough sliding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
You know, this guy just has a nose for getting first downs. That's a big risk and gamble there on 4th down, middle of the field. But this guy we've seen in this game already rip off some big runs. I don't know if anywhere as big as the one you just saw, though.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught near the sidelines. Will pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, he's lighting defenses up this season, throwing 2. And in this game, he seems like he's dialed in.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bullets. Guys from...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, UCLA.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the ball is intercepted. And he returned that into reverse skate in a hurry and takes it to the 46.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He's looking to throw it. Uncorks it. And the pass hits, picked off. Looking for more room. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play and getting the ball back to its offense.
And he finds no running room at all, and the third quarter is over. Maybe more open spaces coming in the fourth. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Dennis. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking down the middle. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
You talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Looking left. Complete downfield. Bring in the heat. And they are...
The first down pass. Complete.
Pick up on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
First and goal, Ohio State.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
We'll give him a couple.
defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
The give to the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And no surprise, I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Dennis. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Byers on the move. Got his man downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramp. Touchdown, Bruins! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Colorado is going to enjoy the trip back to Boulder after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there at Folsom Field, and suddenly it's quite the resume. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they...
Touchdown, UCLA! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right now.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on out.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Pass on the way, it's kicked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Baird is trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
He's got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Bruins. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Takes the easy completion. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates and good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his man down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Comes out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Dialing up a second down pass play. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. It's complete to the right. Strikes the blow. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. On fourth down, trying to find his man. He looks that one in nicely. He steps out of bounds. First down on the play.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Everybody lined up, quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock. 12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He hurls one deep down the left side. A sensational grab down the field there as they try.
He's out of bounds.
Positive spin on the end of this game.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Wants to throw on first down. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Offense gets set for second down. To the air, it's Dennis. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Timeout called by the defense, 13 seconds to go.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, you just simply...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, UCLA! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's going up top here late in the game. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of